Gilbert, Arizona is an area I have covered extensively on this channel, and I'm going to continue talking about it. And today, I want to talk about the 10 reasons you should consider moving to Gilbert, Arizona. And today we're back in the tundra. It has been a minute since I've shot a video here. But like I said, we're going to talk about the 10 reasons you need to look at moving to Gilbert, Arizona. And it's a place that my family and I, we relocated to and we love to call home. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Gilbert, it is located southeast of Phoenix in the East Valley. It is a fast growing city. It has exploded over the last 20, 30 years. You know, I haven't seen the last census, but probably north of 260, 270,000 people, even though it is still considered a town. So the number one reason, it was the big reason for us, and that is the low crime rates and safety. So again, being a former police officer of 13 years, homicide detective, that was a huge factor for us. So at one point, Gilbert was actually ranked number 2 out of 100 safest city in America from the FBI. Now again, statistics can only show so much, but being in a safe area was of utmost importance to us and my clients who reach out just from YouTube, just like what you're doing now. That is a big factor for them and when they're choosing to call Gilbert home. Reason number 2 would be the excellent schools. Now, if you head over to greatschools.org, do your research there, you will see Gilbert School District, Higley School District consistently ranked very high. And my kids are enrolled in school in Gilbert and they absolutely love it. We love the education they're getting, but the school district and the education system in Gilbert is my number 2 reason why you need to look at moving to Gilbert if you're relocating to Arizona. Number 3 would be the growing job market. Now, the medical field, you know, Banner Health, that is a huge employer here in Gilbert. But even if you don't necessarily want to work in Gilbert, there are so many other large businesses and companies moving to that are close enough where you could work there and still get to live in Gilbert. For example, Chandler, which borders Gilbert, very similar, huge tech hub, and Chandler, which, you know, very short commute, allowing you to live in Gilbert but work in Chandler. But Gilbert itself is growing. There's always new development, businesses coming to Gilbert, you know, keeping the economy strong and keeping Gilbert growing. Reason number 4 is just the beautiful parks and recreation. Again, I have 2 daughters, a dog. My wife and I, we love taking the kids to the park, whether it be Riparian Preserve, going to look at the lakes, the birds, you know, fish, going to Gilbert Regional Park where the kids can go to a splash pad, you know, play on, you know, the upper park, the lower park, the amphitheater. There's just tons of parks and things to do. So we absolutely love that. I think every weekend, even in the summer, we're doing something. And then, you know, the neighborhoods that have pools is also a huge plus if you don't have a pool of your own. But again, back to Gilbert Regional, they're still expanding that area and building a water park. So we love Gilbert for that reason. And just when we have friends and family visit, they can't get over just the amount of parks and how clean they are. But definitely a huge pro for us, something we take advantage of. Number 5 would be just the family-friendly community. Again, we have daughters, so that was a huge factor for us. And, you know, we had visited before we decided to move here, but just that community feeling, and it's a spot that my daughters love, they thrive, and you have that community feeling. Even though it is, you know, a larger city, we still get that community feeling living in Gilbert compared to, you know, the small town that we moved here from. But you really do have that, you know, close-knit community feeling here in Gilbert. Number 6 would be the neighborhoods. Now, like everywhere, home prices have gone up. So currently the average list price, not sales price, list price in Gilbert is $775, with the median being $650. Now those are for single family detached, and it also varies on which neighborhood you choose. There are a ton of different neighborhoods. If you want, you know, the resort golf club community, and you want that the country club feel, then Seville would be a top choice. My favorite and place we get to call home would be Power Ranch. We love the 26 miles of walking trails, the 2 catch and release lakes. I think there's over 9,000 homes there, 2,000 acres. There are 2 community pools that are included with the HOA, and the HOA, in my opinion, is very affordable, $90 a month, and you get access to all of that. And there's schools also within the neighborhood. Also love Agritopia. If you want to live on a lake, you can do that at Val Vista Lakes or the islands, but a ton of great neighborhoods and communities to choose from, even some new builds, new communities, if that is what you're looking for. And if you want a spec sheet or a price list on any of those new builds, please drop me a message on Instagram or send me an email. All that will be in the description below. Number 7 would be the great weather. Now, as I shoot this video, it is mid-April and it is in the upper 90s. We finally hit the 90s. It took a while this year, but even in the dead of summer when it's 110 or even 115, yes, those are hot days, but it does not make us regret our move one bit. We love the weather, we love the heat, we love just the 300 plus days of sunshine each and every year. It completely changes your mood if you're coming from somewhere where you don't get to experience that. Now, maybe you aren't coming here for the summers, which usually it's about 4 months, maybe 5, depending on the year, whereas you're going to see 100-degree days. But the winters, you will not need to worry about a snow shovel or anything with that de-icing your vehicle. But we absolutely love the weather here. It is, we can never move anywhere else unless it's maybe somewhere tropical. I can never go back to living in the Midwest, dealing with winters again after living here and just having so much sun, and just what we get to do with our lives living here. Number 8 is just the amenities of Gilbert. Like I said, there's the parks, the recreation, and there's so much growth and development still going on, from bars and restaurants. Epicenter right there at Ray and Higley. You have places like Undertow, other restaurants like Belly. There's just so much going on here that you almost never have to leave. But if you do want to leave and maybe you want to go hike in the mountains, you're still close enough to the Usuri Mountains in Mesa, Santan Mountains in Queen Creek, Apache or Santan Valley, or maybe you want to head to Superstition Mountains in Apache Junction. So we love all those areas. All of them are relatively short drive, but again, there's so much to do in Gilbert and just in the nearby area. And number 9 would be the access to healthcare. So Gilbert has several, world-class medical facilities, including, Banner Gateway. So if you're in the medical field yourself, which a lot of my clients are, then you have options for employment. Or maybe you're just concerned of you need that medical care close by. Well, then you're in luck, because Gilbert also has those facilities here, which in my eyes is a huge pro. And number 10 would just be the location. So like I said, maybe you work in Phoenix and for that commute, so getting on the 60, the 202, and getting around the valley, Gilbert, where it is located, makes that relatively easy. And then just on a bigger picture, where you're living in the United States, in Arizona, you want to drive to Vegas, very doable. San Diego, Rocky Point, Mexico, all within a few hours, easy to do in a day. Or maybe you're just tired of the heat and you want to go north. Well, you can head up to Winslow. You can stand on a corner in Winslow, Arizona if you'd like the Eagles say. Or maybe you just want to head up to Prescott, to Flagstaff, just to beat the heat. But where you're physically located, to me, it is another huge pro. The number 10 reason why, this again, Gilbert and also Arizona's location. So those are just a few reasons, coming from, a dad of 2 daughters, former law enforcement, someone who loves to call Gilbert home. It has so much to offer, someone I absolutely love. I love when my clients reach out. That initial consult to look at making Gilbert home. We absolutely love it. And if you're looking to make that move yourself, please either follow me on Instagram, send me a message there, give me a call. That number goes to me. It is me who answers, or send me an email, whatever it is. Even if you're not looking to move today, you just want to talk about the process, see what it takes so you don't make the same mistakes we did when we moved 1,600 miles. And also make sure you're taken care of. Your in the area that you want based on your needs, not just somewhere you're going to regret. And I'll help you walk through that process of what it looks like. But again, thanks so much for watching. Watch this next video. It's Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent.